Welcome to Yoga with Cynthia. I'm Cynthia Bialik. I'm both the host and the producer for this program. Irene Faithful is with me today and has frequently been here helping me demonstrate the yoga poses for you. We've had all different shows, yoga for back pain, yoga for the athlete. Today is just a simple, slow flow yoga class. And the reason for that is because we want you to enjoy each movement. We want you to enjoy getting into every movement before you think about the next one. So we'll focus a lot today on extension. We're going to focus on our breathing. We're going to focus on our transitions. And when we transition, I want you to really think about your core. We're going to be unloading and loading muscles, but the core primarily is going to be engaged the whole time. Primarily the transverse abdominis muscle fibers, those ones that run like a cummerbund around your lower abdomen area. So we're going to go ahead and start by warming up a little bit here. So let's bring our big toes together. And we're just going to start with small little sits. So we're going to sit back over our heels and come back up. And when we do that, I want you to start to focus on the core. So we're going to sit back, the navel's drawing up to the spine. You're going to be using the strength of your glutes and your quads to get yourself back up, but also the core and lifting your rib cage up. So when we come up to a standing position and assume Tadasana, our shoulders fall back over our hips. Now we're going to add some arms to that. So let's start with our left arm up. Breathe, exhale, and come back. Let's take the right arm up. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and come back. And once again on the left side, breathe in, exhale, and come back. And last time, breathe and exhale back. Now we're going to turn to the right, but first, we're going to grow the spine long, axial extend the spine, lifting the chest up high. Then we're going to turn the hands so they're facing down as we twist to the right. Look back over the right shoulder. Then bring those arms back up in the air. Draw the spine long, twist to the left, look over your left shoulder. And once again, arms up in the air, breathe deep. Exhale, twist right. And last time, arms up in the air. And twist left. Now we're going to bring those arms up in the air, and this time hinge at the hips, but we're going to keep folding forward, bringing those hands all the way down to the mat. And once we get there, release the neck. Move your head around. Relax those shoulders. Move your shoulders around. Now slowly come back up out of Uttanasana, and we're going to come back up. Traction the spine, axial extend, and we're going to sit down in chair. Now you have options. If your shoulders are a bother, we can start in prayer pose and just bring those elbows to the hips. If you feel you have the strength and flexibility, go ahead and raise those arms up in the air, stretching them long. Look over the front end of your mat, and on the exhale, we're going to fold back down to the floor. Step your right foot back, and at this time, turn your foot out to the right side of your mat. Pull that left hip back. And we have blocks here. If you choose to use a block, you're going to place it on the outside of your left foot. And you're going to roll that right shoulder back and place your right hand on the outside of your left hip. And I first just want you to focus your vision straight out. So you're looking straight out without turning your head. And I want to have you focus on the neck lengthening. So you're breathing in and out through the nose, trying to pull your head forward over your toes. And now we're going to start to open the chest and look up in the air. Bring your right arm up there. Squeeze those inner thighs, create Mula Bandha, drawing the pubic bone inward and the rib cage away from your hips. Continue your deep breaths there. And then we're going to slowly soften your left knee and come up into Virabhadrasana 2. So stretch the arms straight out from the shoulders here. And now we're going to airplane those arms around. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the rib cage up high. Remember, I said we're going to work a little bit more on extension. So extension is great to improve your posture, make you think about keeping your shoulder blades down and allowing your chest to pull away from your hips, getting more breath into the lungs. Then on the exhale, we're going to pull that left hip back, bring your head down into your left knee, and continue bringing your arms forward to the front end of your mat. And this is called Pyramid's Pose. Allow those shoulder blades to pull closely together as you bring those arms forward. Now we're going to turn the body to the left because we're going to revolve that triangle. So lift up a little bit off your knee. Start to roll those arms over to the right. Drop your right hand down, and you can use your block once again if you choose. And if you're using the block, go ahead and place that block underneath your right shoulder. You can open that chest, take that left hand over your right hip this time, and then start to extend it in the air, lifting your rib cage up, twisting all the way around. So you're using your internal, external obliques, those muscles that crisscross through the ribs and lay on a diagonal to your body. Let's come on down now, slowly fold, and we're going to come up to Virabhadrasana 1. Lift your chest in the air, bring your thumbs back over your shoulders. Once again, we're in extension, allowing the chest to pull forward and upward, allowing your thumbs to move back over your shoulders. And then open to Virabhadrasana 2 again. And this time we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 3. So as we airplane the arms around, we're going to lift your right heel off the ground. And those of you that are challenged with balance, go ahead and just shift your weight. You can keep your toes down. You can also bring your hands in prayer. Lift that right foot off the floor and pull the crown of your head forward. Continue breathing in and out through the nose. Then step back, bring those arms up, lift your chest high. Then we're going to fold down into the mat. Move your block out to the side for the moment, and you're going to step that left foot back on the mat, and we're going to hover in plank. So in plank, the body is long and strong. We want to make sure that we have the navel pulled into the spine. Our back is flat. We feel that secure pelvis. Everything is in control. So we don't let our belly sag to the mat. As we come down, you're going to bring the elbows into the rib cage, Chaturanga Dandasana. Then slowly bring the belly into the mat. Roll those shoulders back, starting in Cobra. And as you feel you're able, slowly come away from the mat, lifting your chin. Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Now draw your navel into your spine. Curl your toes under. Pull those hips back towards your heels. Lift your knees off the mat and continue pulling your heels back as you let your head come all the way down. Now, take a moment to pedal those heels, pushing the heels down, right and left. And now take a moment to lift both heels and then slowly pull them back into the mat. Really feel that spine and shoulders stretch. The closer we get the heels down, the more that we're going to feel the soleus, Achilles, the calf muscles stretch, as well as those hamstrings. Now, here we're going to step or jump to the front of our mat. Jumping requires you to lift your hips and slowly come back up. Tall mountain. Lift your rib cage up high. Look up in the air. Extend that spine. Then bring the arms out to the side, slowly reaching and fall forward. Uttanasana, step way back with your left foot and turn your left foot out to the side. Opening up that hip, Let your head fall into the mat, and we're going to start with triangle on this side. And again, if you want to use that block, the block is on the outside now of your right foot. And we're going to stack the left shoulder over the right. We're going to bring that left arm back over your right hip and expose the chest as much as you can to the left side of the room. Draw your navel into the spine as you open that chest up. Look up into your left hand. Lean back into the left shoulder as much as you can. Stay there and breathe. Hold on to that. Slow breaths. So first, pulling the crown of your head towards your right foot. And if you feel you're able now, looking up into your left hand. Now take a moment to sweep that left arm down and around, coming up into Virabhadrasana 2. Stretching the arms straight out from the shoulders here. Then we're going to airplane the arms around. And here's where we're going to interlace your fingers. Bend your right knee. Here's the extension in the spine, lifting the chest up in the air. Pull those shoulder blades down and back. Expose the chest to the ceiling. Lift the rib cage as high as you can. Then start to straighten that right leg. Pull the chest forward, bring the arms over to your left hip, and as you feel you're able, take that left hand down because we're moving into revolved triangle. You can place that block on the instep of your foot and slowly take your right hand back over your left hip. And once again, look to the right side of the mat. When you feel you're able, open the chest a little bit more. Reach up with your right arm. Holding Paravita, Trikonasana. 2 more deep breaths with the hold. And as we come down, hold in Pyramids pose. Dropping the head and chest there for a moment. Breathing in and out through the nose. Now we're going to bend the right knee, come back up. This time in Virabhadrasana 1, look up in the air, lift that chest once again, back as an extension. Open to Virabhadrasana 2. And this time, as you airplane the arms around, we're lifting that left heel off the ground. And again, feel free just to lean forward and keep that heel lifted. This is already a balance shift for you. If you feel comfortable, you can place your hands in prayer and just slowly slide your left leg up, or you continue bringing that head forward. Or you can bring your arms out in front. So you choose whatever you feel comfortable with. Then we're going to bend that right knee, come back up in the air, lift that chest up high. And we're going to fall down into the mat. Step your right foot back, hover the mat here. Slowly come down, Chaturanga Tadasana. Then come up, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog, stretching the shoulders in the back. Pressing those heels down into the mat as much as you can. We can lift up and down. Pull that chest back to your thighs. Stay there. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Bring the arms up. Samastahiti. Now we're going to lift that right leg this time. Draw the knee into your chest. Move the ball of your foot around. Step way back into that foot. And once again, lift that chest up in the air. So we're moving into crescent lunge here, pushing down to the ball of your foot as you lift the chest up high. Lift the rib cage as high as you can. And then come down into the mat. And we're going to kick that left leg up into a three-legged dog. Push that left leg up. Then on the exhale, we're going to take that left foot and cross it in front of the right. Drop over to the outside of your left foot, the inside of your right. If you can, take your right leg up in the air. Flex your foot using the strength of your outer thighs. Stay there. Look up in the air. And then bring it back down. Flip back over to downward facing dog. Stretch that back. Hold on to that. 2 more deep breaths. And step or jump to the front of your mat. Lift your chest up, Samastahiti. Lift your left knee in the air. Slowly bring that left leg up. Move the ball of your foot around in both directions. Then take your left leg back. Bring those arms up. And fall into crescent lunge here. Lifting your chest up high. Exhale, fold forward. Bring those hands down. Take your right leg in the air. 3-legged dog here. Breathe. On the exhale, bring that right foot across the left. Turn. And bring your left arm in the air. And if you choose, you can lift your left leg up. And come back down into downward dog. Pull back into your heels. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Come back up. Samastahiti. This time we're going to come back into extension. Lift the chest a little higher. Fall into your chair. Turn and look over your right shoulder. Let's come back up in the air. Lift your chest. Extend that spine. Come back into chair. Turn to the left. And once again, both arms up. And fold down. Step way back with your right foot. And we're going to turn to the left side of the room in revolved extended angle. Bring your left arm over your shoulder here. And on the exhale, you're going to bring that left arm out in front of you. Use your block if you need to. You're going to lift your right leg off the floor. Push it straight up. And as we can, moving into half moon. Open that chest to the right side of the room. Lift your rib cage as high as you can. Hold strong. Then start to bend that left leg. Come back into reverse warrior. Lifting the chest up high. Taking your left arm back over your shoulder. And then bring that left elbow down. Extended angle. Reaching the right arm over your shoulder there. If you choose to take a bind, wrap those arms around your left hip. And then we're going to release. Take your right foot off the floor and push straight back into the ball and the heel of your right foot. And now you can change the block underneath your right hand as we're going to turn all the way around to the left in revolved half moon. Push back into that right heel. If you want to add a toe hold, you can bend your right knee and grab for your big toe. And just remain there. Now we're going to step back halfway in the mat, come up to the standing twist. And we'll kneel in the arms down and step back with your left foot. Come down slowly, Chaturanga Tadasana. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Look up. Adho Mukha Savasana, pull back. And step or jump to the front of your mat. Come back up. Samastahiti. Let's extend the spine, lift the chest up. Come down into chair, twist to your left. Deep breath in, look up in the air. Exhale, twist to your right. And once again, breathe deep, lift the chest, fall forward to the mat. Uttanasana, step back with your left foot, turn to the right side of the room. Revolved extended angle. Parvita Parsva Konasana. Now we're going to bring that right arm forward. Lift your left leg in the air. Turn your left foot out to the side, and as much as you can, start to reach up with your left arm, lifting that left leg as high as you feel comfortable. Opening up the rib cage, lifting that left leg as high as you can. Then soften that right knee. Come back to reverse warrior, lifting the rib cage up high. Bring that right hand down. Open the chest and look up under your left shoulder. Sinking down into that right hip. Stretching the lats on the left side. Let's take it to a bind if you can. Wrapping around that right hip. Pulling the head and chest towards the front end of your mat. And then release those hands. Bring your left hand forward. You can put the block under it. Lift your left foot straight back. Turning into revolved half moon here. Adding a toe hold if you choose. And then step back with your left foot. Standing twist. Windmill the arms down. Step back with your left foot. Slowly drop down to Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, lift your chest. Adho Mukha Savasana, pull back. Let your head fall to the middle of the mat. Stretch that back as much as you can. 2 more slow breaths here, and on the last exhale, step or jump. Come back up, Samastahiti. Now let's play with our tree. Let's open that right hip and start to move that right leg up to the calf. Keep it low. Look out in front of your mat. Now let's interlace the fingers, put your feet down, push up, lift your chest, and return to prayer. And let's try it on the other side. Open that left hip. Slowly bring your left heel over to your right calf, opening up that hip as much as you can, pressing the hands into the center of your chest. And here we go. Stretch long. And come back down. Now let's bring those arms right behind our back. And we'll take a moment just to stretch the neck and the shoulders. So take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale and let the head fall to your right shoulder. And up, and to your left. And chin is up, and chin is down. Stretch the back of your neck. All right, so that completes our program for today. You can just stand and do a little meditation, or go on to your day. But thank you for viewing today's program. Namaste.